Love to see the personality out of Turbo and Arsenal. Both of them calling easy wins. I'm not sure who to believe.
Man, and they're not the only ones. We had Mr. Reynolds going back at it this morning. These guys are locked in and ready to go. Team EnVy, the machine, at least that's what some people think they are, versus Spacestation Gaming, a team who started off strong and want to finish strong.
Definitely, and you heard Wave bring it up. These teams have just gone back and forth in alternated wins. So if you go off of history, this series is going to be Space Stations. Round 2 is going to be a Team EnVy, and then it's going to go to a best of 3, and we're going to get Team Space Station Gaming for the win, right?
Well, we'll find out very soon. And honestly, if there's one player that can do it or you think has a shot, it's Turbo. Turbo, he's won half of the World Championship lands, half of them. So if there's anyone that can stand up in these high-pressure situations, it's him. But whoever wins is going to have a heck of a challenge ahead of them. NRG, 2-time major winners. They're looking to be playing their best Rocket League all year.
So many factors go into this matchup as well, right? We've had these teams analyze each other. You know, everyone's looking at how many hours is misplayed on the game. Is Atomic on the finish?
Nice pass.
What does this team look at? And you're starting to see some of that come out. Look at Turbo all the way downfield, picking up the first goal for Team EnVy.
And this was actually a pass from Turbo that was so good, Reynolds had to get a touch on it. The problem was that there was nowhere to hit it. Turbo, following, says, thanks, Reynolds, I'll pick that one up.
There's a rare miss there from Reynolds on his backboard. He's normally so crisp off of there, getting that ball cleared downfield, but you called it. He's put in an awkward situation, and Turbo Pulsa, so smart to do that to him.
Farming those impressions already. Nice save from Atomic off his own backboard, but the rebound to be to Sipical, who controls it up in the air. You see Mist trying to get his footing. He jumped off the backboard, panicked, tried to get back, but it was too late. Sipical had the read.
Can't give Sipical time. Cannot give Sipical time, because that's what he will do with the ball. I talked to Sipical earlier this week. He said he was go back to one of the series that they lost earlier in the season. He felt like he played at his worst. He never wants to be the worst player on his team. He's been so focused and so locked in going into champs, and you're seeing that. But Reynolds with the assist from Arsenal. SSG with a quick lead.
Oh, and I love this turnaround. They get a quick goal to answer back to Turbo Pulse. So then right out of the gates off of the kickoff, Reynolds and Arsenal combine powers in the box and just make Team EnVy look silly on the goal line.
And both of those goals, Mist had a chance to get the block on that one. You see drifting off to his left a bit more than he probably should have. I'm not sure if he saw Reynolds late or what, but you expect Mist to be able to stand up and make those difficult defensive stops. Shut down in midfield. Reynolds immediately going for net, and it's out. It rolls off the lip of the post. Sometimes those go in, but that time it went high.
Oh, this could be a chance. Turbo Pulse giving the ball to Reynolds. I almost got that through. Couple demos, though, being traded. And Atomic's going to be able to move that downfield.
You're going to see a lot of demolitions in this match as Turbo Pulsa pulled the trigger too early on that one. I think if he waited just a hair longer, he's got a good look at an open target.
Reynolds around Turbo. Atomic to Mist. Mist up to Atomic. Atomic off the ceiling. Mist following quickly. Going for the backboard. The double tap. Mist with a stellar play.
Look at Mist. Right off of the pass to Atomic. He gets that one. Follows it up with a beautiful double straight down. Mist in form.
And talk about an answer from Mist. He was in front on both of SSG's goals. We brought him up and comes back, gets a goal of his own.
And what I love so much about that play from Mist is you saw him wait until the last second to reorient his car. He was trying to hide where on the backboard he was going. What a play from Mist. Now Reynolds will have to deny a weak shot on net. He'll get the full boost. Gets bumped, though, from Atomic. Arsenal with time will flick it to Reynolds on the wall. Reynolds missed the first touch, couldn't get the second either. Sipical bailing him out. First touch, going for the 50, missed back to the corner. Low boost for Atomic here. Arsenal will get it around him easily. Pass to the middle, no one there, but Arsenal gonna collect that corner boost.
Yeah, this is SSG just trying to keep up that pressure right now. You can see things are much more slowed down, and I know that's something that teams that play against them kind of hate, is the fact that they kind of force you to think about things. Arsenal looks for demos, but this time it's Turbo with a demo. Atomic trying to rush downfield. Good touch from Sypical to put it back in mid.
But you're seeing how much that demo...
If they're going to be successful with those infield passes, they've got to put them a little closer to midfield. Those ones screaming right in front of the goal line. So hard for that second player on SSG to push forward.
And you saw how much that demo really took Space Station out of the game for a moment. Double tap almost connecting. But now you're seeing the demos come back. And that's what Space Station made their name on. But an awkward ball, the save from Mist.
What?
Fingertip save there.
So close, right at the goal line. Look at the pressure still on. Arsenal found another shot. Sypical tries to wrap around it. Space Station Gaming are not leaving this half.
Double commit from EnVy. Turbo last back. Reddles will have that pinch out. Turbo, that was a dire moment, and he was able to get a nice touch. Now on the other end, Turbo off the ceiling. Atomic hits the handbrake. Going for it. Light first touch. Will go for the 50. Sypical powers by, but a double commit. Numbers advantage for EnVy. Reddles to the sidewall, and this one will hit out. Now Atomic didn't have much boost to get a good pass over to Turbo, but EnVy, they almost were able to get their footing in the Space Station half.
Oh man, this one just being sent back and forth. No one's taking their time and controlling this one. Just both teams trying to reset, but they're also not trying to give the other team any time to get comfortable. Final 30 seconds. EnVy on the drive upfield.
Wow. That looked like a Jazer flick. So much height there for Mist. Atomic. Wave dash, trying to poke it down. Big win from Arsenal. Turbo trying to get this to the corner safely, but it comes out to Arsenal. The flick up. Turbo. Oh, he went for the pass to Atomic, but Atomic peeled off. Final chance for Space Station. Flip reset. Ball out to the middle. Sypical will get it dunked on, and we've got overtime.
It's great defense there on the goal line from Atomic to just make his car as big as possible. Deny that shot or pass coming out from Reddles.
We've seen quite a few double commits on both sides of the ball. Upfield, downfield. We wonder what's going to end this one. Arsenal, one for the 50. Reddles sneaking it in under the crossbar.
Oh, that's that shooting percentage coming out from Reddles, the highest we have in the lobby. You can't give him room to shoot. Overtime victory goal, and Space Station take game one.
And don't forget, Space Station had 2 opportunities to score that were just narrowly out. The first one, that bowling shot from Reddles, and then the second from Arsenal just barely missing. So SSG really controlling the offensive half, but Team EnVy so dangerous because they have that trump card of Turbo Pulse so that they can pull out at any time. And Atomic and Mist, a little quiet there, but they did produce some goals and assists there.
For me, the difference in this game was Mist had a couple chances to make a defensive stop. They were really tough situations. That first one where Sypical took that airborne and Mist was on the back wall, wasn't able to defend it. And then also that pass over to Reddles in the middle where he could have gotten in the way of the shot had he predicted that that car language that was being shown by Reddles. But he did get a quality goal. However, for Space Station, they just had that clutch factor in the end, especially Reddles. You saw him even get bumped there and recovered. Mist had bumped him, and Reddles didn't get phased at all, was able to get his wheels back under him and get that first win.
Yeah, that second man position is one of the harder, positions to play in Rocket League, as Mist is trying to do one all himself. Good first man there for EnVy. But SSG in game one, that second man challenge was always so much faster than the EnVy defense. They were just ready to get to the ball. That's a lot of faith in the team, and it's paying off.
Seeing demo come out on Turbo upfield. And there's that second man speed. Reddles beating to the ball. Turbo with a boom down. It's going to get deflected. Sypical. Light touchdown. Missed. saving his flip. That 50. He's going to set up a shot for Arsenal potentially. Going for the air dribble, tapping it around Turbo. Almost got the bump on Atomic. Now foot race back to the corner. Ceiling bounce. Arsenal and Turbo well matched in speed, but Reddles will have time to take this. Flick over Atomic. Arsenal tips up to the corner. EnVy booming it off the ceiling. Sipical's there. And Atomic missed the hit. Sipical gets the double now. A traded demo, 2v2 for a moment.
Oh, it's not good. Sipical's going to take his time getting back. He had 9 boosts after he got that double, but now he's got a pass, but good read out from Atomic. EnVy haven't necessarily been as aggressive as we wanted to see from them on offense, but they've also been doing a good job on defense. Only 1 shot on both sides of the field.
You know, Daz, it really feels like Team EnVy right now is trying to lure Space Station Gaming into their defensive half and make them feel overconfident because, as you were talking about, the second man from SSG so quick to the ball, so it leaves that third man in an awkward spot. And if they, oh my goodness, Atomic catches the defense sleeping.
And this was a mistake there. You see Sipical and Arsenal both in the same spot. They were both taking the same line back. Someone has to recognize and turn and challenge that.
Yeah, with Atomic with that time too, gets a perfect, nice little off-speed touch. So when we get this one here, still the solo plays coming out for EnVy mainly has been one of the big factors here for them on offense. And we see them with the lead. We approach the bottom half here, game 1. SSG got to start to really kick it into high gear.
These 1-goal games, though, can turn so quick. Missed. Backboard hit. Reddles happened to go for the dribble, but didn't use his rear view mirror. Gets taken out. Atomic corner pass. Arsenal will have to come off his own back wall. And Reddles with a big 50 win, almost reading it off the arc. Reddles been at the forefront of many of the Space Station attacks. Reddles controlling the dribble, poking it by one. Got the demo on missed as well. Backward pass, Turbo trying to skip it over. Atomic taking his time. Patience from Atomic. And that 50 will be a nice pass out. But now 2v1 situation, Turbo clearing it to the side. Arsenal, the nice pass back, but the shot didn't come out. It looked like the extra pass was made, but the net was open.
Yeah, there was no need for an extra pass. Sipical just could have slotted that to the left side of the net. He doesn't go for that, goes for a pass here. That's very questionable. They had EnVy's defense on the ropes there, and now that drive is going to give EnVy plenty of time to reset.
On the fake, no one makes the touch. What? They do a drive-by, say see you later to the ball, and it's an easy goal for EnVy.
Oh, Turbo got a bump there as well, I think, on Sipical. Atomic just has an open lane on the net. And what a counterattack here from Team EnVy. They are, even though they look shaky, at this point, in the past 15 seconds or so, they have completely turned things around. Now they look like they're in the driver's seat.
And with that bump, I mean, Subi, we saw some physical moments from EnVy early on. We've seen traded demos starting to get aggressive out there.
Well, one way to fight fire is with fire, and that's what Team EnVy's doing, taking the fight right to SSG. But it's all coming down to what I was talking about, baiting SSG into the offensive half as far as they can, and a nice passing play, but Arsenal a little too wide on that one to receive it from Sipical.
And it just seems now a few times, Subi, with that wide pass that Space Station hasn't been on that same page. They're looking to make that extra pass, but maybe the shot's the better call.
I think so. Especially seeing that, SSG, when they do put on these shots, they're definitely high-powered. The offense is good when they get those shots on, but I can also see where they are struggling. They move upfield, and second man challenges have not been as fast. EnVy definitely has been very quick on defense. I mean, look at this here from Atomic. So quick to cut that out. Arsenal was waiting for that ball. It just makes Space Station Gaming have to do a little bit more work, and that's killing a lot of time.
Final seconds ticking away. Have to get one here. With that stop, EnVy will be able to secure game 2 And you see Atomic in the midfield. It seems like it's a specific effort that EnVy's undertaking with Atomic at the midfield. I've seen him so many times. Instead of rotate out, just jump straight up, try to cut a play out, get in the way of the pass, prevent the clear, try to keep EnVy on the attack. Atomic playing that disruptive play style. And it has been working for EnVy. Some good defensive stops this game. And then also you saw Turbo getting that key bump, opening up the goal. Team EnVy bounce right back, and we've got a tied series.
Yeah, one of the things here is I'm really confused as to what SSG are trying to do on offense, because what it looks like is everyone is on a different page, especially when you go back to looking at Sypical with a clear look at the net and he's trying to opt for an extra pass there. Stuff like that is just very, strange to see. And then on top of that, going back to game one, their offense in game one was so much better when they were taking shots, they were playing fast, and even when they would give Sypical time to get solo plays, I don't really know if I really saw in game two any real air dribble or any type of solo play in the air from Spacestation Gaming. That one looked a little bit more sloppy on offense from them.
100%, I agree, and it just feels like in game two specifically, they were just trying to do too much. Just settle it down. Right now, they're kind of overthinking things, I think. Right now, just play brain dead, play fast Rocket League that we know SSG is absolutely capable of.
They're right there, though. I mean, even though it's easy to say, oh, they should have just taken the shot, one extra pass, they're getting these opportunities. They're very close to putting it all together. You can tell this series is going to be a battle. The last semifinal we saw with G2 and NRG, that was an all-out brawl. You might be in for more of the same.
Oh, Reynolds!
That one actually looked like it was going to go crossbar down out.
I love this, though. The drop from Arsenal, he sets up Reynolds perfectly to shoot wherever. Miss does get a touch, and it does look like it's going bar now, but the fact that Miss is touching because he's in a bad spot helps that go in.
Yeah, he just has to jump on that. He's forced to respect that shot from Reynolds, and Turbo trying to get a quick one back, but good defense there from Reynolds on the back line.
Spacestation jumping out to an early lead. Missed. Going for the clear, but it's right to Sypical. Atomic has it go over his head. He used up so much boost for that as well, but Miss saves the day with that demo. And Turbo getting the full corner boost, getting a big win. Now will stay upfield, forcing Spacestation even further back, but another miss in the midfield. Miss versus Sypical. Sypical will lose that 50. But Arsenal, he's going for the dribble, passes it over for Sypical, but Atomic breaks up the play.
You can see SSG, when they do get those pass plays going, there's so much more of a threat. They have the defense stretched here for Team EnVy, barely making saves. That's not a good touch from Turbo. Atomic has to bail him out, but this is still control for Spacestation.
Backboard pass attempted. Atomic, risky play there, gambling that no one was coming.
My goodness.
It's getting even worse for EnVy. You see Reynolds stole that corner boost, missed trying to relieve pressure, but it's right to Reynolds. Demo from Arsenal. Reynolds, does he have the boost? Goes for the bump. Atomic can't make the save. Reynolds had him covered. And another goal for Spacestation.
First off, that first touch that Reynolds gets to set himself up is amazing. Great catch, gets the follow, and just stays on top of the ball saying, Atomic, I'm about to make this as hard as possible for you to get the save out. Great individual play from Reynolds.
And it all, a kickoff goal let in from Team EnVy. Disaster coming here in game number 3, but that last goal we saw from Reynolds all boiled down to that 30 seconds of pressure that just caused chaos for EnVy, and we saw a lot of whiffs, which we know how good they are on defense, and a bunch of panic setting in.
Another big game shaping up for Reynolds. Reynolds, one of the more vocal players in the RLCS, but he tends to back up his words with his gameplay.
He has to. He has to. He talks too much. he talks way too much. And when you are one of those players that are in the spotlight, we expect it from you, especially in a day like Champs. Arsenal trying to get a little solo play going as well. But man, what a dominant first half of game 3 here for Spacestation Gaming, and especially from Reynolds. He's been involved in every single goal, shooting 2 for 3. He's looking good, and so is SSG.
Reynolds going for the fake, slowing it down. Backboard play for Arsenal. Atomic gets tangled up, and Arsenal dropping the 4th for Spacestation. This is getting to blowout territory.
Oh, Arsenal is locked in. Look at that. Great setup. The whole drive from Spacestation Gaming was very well crafted. They are dominating here.
And all three members of SSG with that goal from Arsenal now up on the board with a goal. They're all getting involved and everything is clicking here in game number 3.
Reynolds even doing work tying up Atomic on the goal line. And before that as well, you saw him going for that unblockable shot. He didn't get the bump or the demo, but he cut off that angle long enough for his last goal to go in. Space Station offensively figuring everything out, it seems. Arsenal waiting. He's got more patience than anyone.
He sees Sypical. He's like, Sypical's gonna get a demo. I'll get a free ball. Let's just try. Let's just wait. We're up by 4. He's hanging out.
EnVy trying to save a little bit of face, but might get worse for him. Shot coming in. Reynolds with the deflection after the save from Atomic. Arsenal. Flip reset. No. Still stuck in the corner. EnVy being pressured, but that demo might help. Turbo also bumping Sypical off the ball. Dribble now for Mist. The flick will be over 1, but not over Reynolds. Ball given up. Arsenal booming it downfield. Mist booming it right back. Reynolds finds Sypical in his own corner.
This presents a big challenge for EnVy though, right? Not only do they lose by 4, but the fact of the offense just being completely non-existent from them from this game. We can talk about Space Station all we want to, but for EnVy, it just doesn't seem like they can even set up that many shot chances. I mean, we're looking at 9 shots to 5 after that last one. And although it really just comes down to SSG and being able to control the ball in that midfield, it's been huge in terms of stopping EnVy from getting down and setting up actual shot chances.
And that pressure also coming in the form of those bumps on the goal line. The aggression. Seen a little bit less passing play in front of the net and more speed and brute force. Sypical looking to close this out. And this was a statement game here. I said I thought this might be a brawl, but if Space Station keeps playing like this, they could make quick work of EnVy.
This is where it goes from being a brawl to being a chess match, because now we have to see what Team EnVy do in order to adapt here. Space Station Gaming popped off, and it was mainly behind the coattails of Reynolds, right? 100% involved in every single play there. He's stepping up. He stepped up in game 1. We see what happens when he's on top here. So now it's up for EnVy, who, I mean, they struggle to do pretty much anything to stop goals coming in, but also to even get a single goal, you know, put the shots on. Atomic had no shots that game. They got to make an adjustment here.
Well, how fitting is it that game 1 was a 1-goal game, very close-knit that goes into overtime, and then game 2, a shutout in favor of Team EnVy, game 3, a shutout in favor of SSG. Just such a fun series, and to quote Stumpy, it's looking like this series, or this set rather, is going to go all 22 games.
Wouldn't that be something? EnVy and Space Station, their entire season coming down to this, and for Turbo, he's used to the success of making it in these big games, in these big moments. Atomic and Mist. I mean, you look at a lot of the players' top player lists, and Mist is up there. And we've seen moments of greatness from EnVy, but you can say the same for Space Station, who picks up right where they left off. 12 seconds in, Sypical scores.
Look at that, the pop-up, perfect setup there. You can see Mist in an uncomfortable spot. Sypical reads that, puts it in. Turbo tried to recover and help out his teammate, but he was just too slow. SSG so quick to capitalize off EnVy mistakes.
And James, something seems to be going on with Team EnVy right now with their challenges and reading the ball off the wall, because that's a few times now, and we're only in game 4 of this best-of-3 set, that they've had just errant whiffs on the ball.
And that will come back to haunt you when you've got players like Sypical, who, when they see a bouncing ball or a free ball, Sypical is not afraid to take it airborne and go for those double taps. If it's Arsenal, then Arsenal's not afraid to go for that dribble. If it's Reynolds, I mean, he'll do it all. He might even just leave the ball and go for the demo, let his teammate take the shot. Space Station still on the attack. Forget the ball. Go for the man. Let your teammate clean it up. Space Station pulling out all the stops.
Look at Typical. He has 0 boost. So
Oh,
he's like, you know what?
He pulled
I'm
up
gonna
him.
knock you out of here.
Did you see
He shot him.
Oh my.
It was all calculated. I mean, how fitting, James, that you just call out that Reddles can do that, but ultimately anyone on SSG is willing to just put their head down, look for someone in net, and get a bump on them. But that is beautiful. A pool shot to get both of them out of the way.
That's next level bumping. When you are so good at bumping, you make the other team do the bumping for you.
This is
Advanced tactics.
unbelievable. Demo's coming out, but the way SSG are playing, we're starting to see the machine break down. Looking at this one, I mean, that bump play alone, as Reddles almost got that pass out. EnVy are struggling here.
Look at the boost of EnVy.
Ground pinch. You know, if that was faster than 18 miles an hour, that had the line. And we've seen some crazy, especially in the freestyle show matches, we've seen some crazy pinches. Arsenal was close to making that happen. Arsenal will lob it towards net. Testing the EnVy defense, which has struggled at times. EnVy need to get one here. It's been a scoring drought, Subi.
Yeah, it's been since minute 25 left in game number 2. And it's not looking like they are going to be scoring in the next 2.5 with how much offense SSG has been putting on the field. Team EnVy's barely even had a chance down in the orange half.
This game's still winnable. But you see Turbo and Mist, they were both in position to make a play. Turbo cutting Mist off, low boost for EnVy. Big clear. Atomic can't even get the shot off because Sipical's already there to challenge. Turbo getting beat by Reddles. Low boost for Atomic. He's going to have to take this to the ground. Up to Mist. Missed the hard shot and a save from Sipical.
I think Typical pre-jumped that as well. He saw the shot coming, knew it was going to be high speed, got there in time. And man, that was one of the better pass plays we've seen from EnVy in the last couple games. Closest chance they've gotten, and still SSG there.
And that confidence, like you said, going for pre-jump. Sometimes you can just tell by the way someone's approaching that ball where they're going to hit it. The slow play, rebound out in front of net. Arsenal dribbles it back out. Typical with that 50-0 chance for Atomic. Goes for the pass to Mist. Missed off the post, and it's cleared out.
Oh my
Their
goodness.
best chance yet, and it was so close to going in, but not to be discouraged. Team EnVy just keep the pedal to the metal and Mist bring them within 1.
Good touch from Atomic too. Like he gets that control, goes straight to Miss. The shooting hasn't been on, but he finally finds it. This time he gets the luck. If you keep hitting the post, sometimes the ball will just go into your favor. It's like you're beating it in until it works. That worked out this time.
Yeah, and you just got to keep taking those chances. Mist went posting out, finally posted in. Double tap out. EnVy back into this one. Turbo going for the dunk, but it's cleared off to the side. However, 2 went. Turbo with no boost, trying to throw a wrench in the clear attempts of Spacestation. A drop down pass. Turbo off the backboard. Reddles clears it to the corner where Atomic just stole the boost, and he's got the mid. A demo as well.
That?
Mist going for the 50. Arsenal couldn't clear it out. Look at the work Mist put in.
His car is so strong, James. There's 2 defenders there. He just pushes it through both of them.
Oh, Mist did his morning push-ups today. My goodness. Putting the entire team EnVy on his back and tying this game up.
I think he used his flip reset to even force that further through.
I thought so too. I just didn't want to call it out just in case he didn't, but I think so, James.
And sometimes you see that, especially with players who are really good at canceling at the right time. It can look like they don't even flip. But when you see that car get locked in the air, it seems like there's some sort of gravitational force.
Oh, Reddle saved that.
Moving a little too fast here in the final 20 seconds. Team EnVy definitely have, put a little bit more force in their offensive drives. It's paid off for them. SSG still trying to adapt here. This is anybody's game in the final 10.
An important game for EnVy as well. Seemed like all hope was lost, especially after the 4-0 game last time.
Oh.
But we're back to overtime. Space Station, if they win here, they'll be on series point. Turbo flipping into the ball. Oh, Reddles will have some time. Getting it up for Arsenal. Arsenal, the double tap.
Oh my
in
God.
front of net. Panic from EnVy's defense, but they get it to the corner. Atomic to the center.
What is happening? Turbo was backwards, had to go for a 50. Now Sipical's trying to move downfield. Turbo's still trying to recover. Atomic will have to take this one, have to be very smart, but look, no one is being able to control their car here on the EnVy side. Space Station Gaming had to reset, so no one immediately punished, but this is definitely a wacky start to OT.
Talk about leaving it all out there on the field. It's taking everything
he
EnVy
bumped
has,
him.
and that's a massive bump, but a double commit.
He doesn't have boost.
Drop down pass. Turbo trying to play a safe hit. But we're not really seeing any possession on either side. It's panicked play.
I don't blame him, but I think this type of play really benefits SSG over Team EnVy. The chaos, confusion. Typical gets bumped from behind from Turbo, and it actually gave him a little tap into the ball.
It's getting physical. You even see there Arsenal trying to break up that play, missed. Got the hit. Corner boost for Arsenal. Air dribbling, buying time. Turbo with the stop. And now Reddles in a foot race. Missed. Not there in time. Atomic will help out. And clears it over Sipical's head. Well done by Atomic, who goes for the fake. The pass to Turbo. Turbo off the backboard. Where's Mist? He's there. The shot's good. EnVy win it in overtime.
Heroic drive from Team EnVy. Atomic works past the defense. Turbo sets Mist up, and Mist knocks it down for the OT victor.
Mist realizing how important Game 4 was and gets the Hattie to end overtime.
Mist offensively has been what EnVy has needed. The defense at times has been it has been troubling for EnVy, but when you've got Mist hitting shots like that, I thought Turbo might take the shot. And honestly, when I saw the backward bounce, I'm thinking, oh, this is too far left. Mist isn't going to be able to get the power on this shot, and he still put that top corner with pace.
If there's anyone on Team EnVy who can hit that shot, it is Mist. And I think Turbo understands that, has a lot of faith in his teammate for that setup. So, I mean, honestly, that's so big for EnVy to win at this point in the series as well. They go from being shut out to, honestly, Mist especially, just getting that solid performance individually. Gonna do big things here for Team EnVy.
Well, and don't forget that, you know, SSG was up 2-0 in the first minute of gameplay, and we had to go all the way down to a minute and a half left before Mist scored the first goal for Team EnVy, and somehow they were able to push it into overtime, and not only that, but take overtime to tie this series up.
But that looked far from easy, Daz. I mean, that looked like a struggle from the beginning for EnVy. They had to fight tooth and nail for that victory.
It did, you know, it's another one where, especially towards the end, it got a little shaky. People weren't controlling their cars. Everyone was fighting and clawing for the ball. EnVy pulled it together when they needed to. The drives are finally starting to work out. They may even have a recipe in breaking SSG's defense. This game will let us know for sure.
Already seeing a demo come out from Turbo. Missed. Wonderful shots. Excellent offense. Does he have more of that in him? Turbo with the 50. Sipical, low boost. Goes, and you see Atomic trying to back pass it. Still was able to get it to Mist. Reddles will be out of boost here. You can see him floating around. Staying in the play. It's over Arsenal's head. Now numbers advantage right now. Turbo off the ceiling.
Turbo?
Backboard. Missed. Had there been no one in net, it would have gone in, but the defense holding up for Space Station.
That's still a really good pass, though, from Turbo. I mean, he put that laser right in front of Mist. Good on SSG's defense to react. We get a couple more of those from EnVy, though. It's only a matter of time until one of those falls.
Yeah, and there was just a big bump in midfield from Atomic. onto Arsenal. And if that didn't happen, the pass was wide open for that transition goal for SSG. So good heads-up play from Atomic. He might not be getting too many goals. He's only got 2 in this series so far, but he's doing so much work in midfield and on the defensive half. Oh,
and it was in a blink of an eye. Reynolds cuts off this play.
Yeah, that's good reactions there from Reynolds. He sees a moment to where they're able to score 1 and they catch EnVy's rotation out. 3:40 left on the clock. SSG, that's going to be good for help them kind of reset after that last game.
And Reynolds actually got a nice bump on Turbo, who might have been in position to shut that play down. Reynolds, so good at when he's going for his bumps, staying in the play.
And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but especially after that goal, but majority of the goals that SSG is scoring, staying very composed, not getting too excited, making sure that they stay in this moment and realize this is going to be a long, grueling match as Team EnVy matches up so well with SSG.
On some of those goals, Subi, I'll be honest, they are screaming. I've seen some of them. It's usually the OT winners.
OT winners, sure, but just an easy goal there with, what, a minute and a half into this fifth game, and not getting too excited, realizing, hey, Team EnVy can come back because they just proved it in game number 4.
Big time clear. Chance for EnVy. Arsenal, back-to-back 50s. Reynolds in his own corner. Stopped by Mist. Turbo quick to the ball. It's above the net. Sipical gets bumped a bit, but still able to tap that out. Off the ceiling. Atomic over Arsenal. Backboard bounce. Turbo won't be able to take the shot. Reynolds broke up the play.
That was so good. Reynolds last back. There was a demo on the play. He lost so much time and stopped EnVy from getting the tying goal with that one.
Reynolds getting a bump on Atomic, opens up the door for Arsenal, who gets a demo. Couldn't get the fake. Missed, holding strong, quality 50. Wave dashes into the dribble, but he's taken out. Atomic takes over. Atomic leading the charge, and the ball bounces out over Turbo's head, who's taken out. The demolitions coming at light speed.
Oh, and another one almost came out on Sipical. You can't even hold your breath in this series as that one almost over the defense, but my goodness, action-packed from start to finish.
Yeah, every time SSG look like they have a breakout, you see someone from EnVy just completely jump on top of the ball. Demos are coming out as well, and it's getting a lot more methodical here for Team EnVy. They want this goal so badly. You can see how desperate they are on some of these drives.
And you talk about methodical. You even saw Atomic fake the pass into the middle. Turbo, off the post and out. But Turbo went for the demo instead. And now EnVy have less than a minute to get back into this one. And Reynolds, the dish shot comes up just short. Missed in a 2v1. Won't be able to score it. It's out to Sipical, but a big block from Atomic. Arsenal up to Sipical. Counterattack opportunity. Missed far from the ball. Atomic helping out. Reynolds down to Arsenal. Arsenal couldn't get the follow-up touch.
Whoa. Arsenal taking this time there. They got to be careful here. You can see they're conserving boost here as well, but EnVy slowly starting to drain them.
Sipical's out.
Another bump. It's got to be a perfect pass.
Oh,
and it worked! But a save from Sipical! And Space Station, hold on, it's still airborne though. Mist keeping the play alive. Atomic out to Turbo. Turbo off the side. Mist will catch it. The block! And it's going to be over, but you were holding your breath for a moment. You thought EnVy had a chance.
Holy cow. Oh my goodness. And that pass, Turbo Pulsar went for the shot, and he hit it with the underbelly of his car, which gave him, I believe, a flip reset, but it pushed him off of the ball and put no power behind it.
Ooh.
If he hits it with his fender, you got to think we're going into OT.
I can't believe that was a one-goal game. There was so much excitement. I just had to take a breather. Look at the scoreboard. Only a single goal. The amount of demos, the amount of shots, even the high-level saves. That save from Sipical is 0 seconds. What a game.
Incredible. Incredible. And not only that, too, like, it was so close the way these two were playing. You almost completely forget about the other goal SSG scored. So the ball hits the ground. And you're like, wait, we're not going into overtime? That's how informed both these teams are. Low-scoring affair, tight Rocket League. They're trying to break each other down every time they move upfield with the ball here. And you got to appreciate it.
Spacestation with a chance to close out this first series. Off the ceiling. Reddles. I mean, you even think of last game, Reddles breaking up that shot opportunity for Turbo. Reddles, he is playing hard today.
Definitely focused, that is for sure. I mean, you could just tell the comms are crisp and clean right now for SSG. We've seen maybe one double commit this entire series, and the passing plays, the bumps, the demos, outside of game 2, they have just been a machine.
Team pinch. Turbo doing everything he can on low boost, wave dash, and trying to get this ball out. Nice pass over to Atomic. Atomic, top corner. No shot at saving that one for Spacestation.
This was so well done. First off, missed. Great pass here. Atomic, perfect right side spot. Reynolds really struggled to see if he could get a read on that. And those types of pass plays from Team EnVy, that's really what's going to do it. Spacestation Gaming earlier on in the series did so good of a job controlling the midfield, not letting those passes ever even happen. And we see why, because when EnVy get those opportunities, it's so tough to defend.
Typical. That double tap wasn't going in, but you saw how awkward of a spot it put EnVy in. Atomic can't get that touch. Now, Spacestation will collect. We'll see what they do with this space. Typical, the solo play going for backboard, but Atomic not letting it happen and will boom it downfield. Reynolds gets it by Turbo, missed. Over to Atomic. Atomic beats Typical to the ball. He's going to try to get to this one again. Will peel off. Now goes for the tap, staying in the play. Has the ball locked in the corner, but now it's out to Typical. Oh, and Atomic wasn't able to pick up very many small pads. You see he's low. Chance for Spacestation. Arsenal, big first tap. We'll get to it. And Turbo denying the backboard. Follow-up shot.
Oh, Reynolds.
Backboard. Typical getting denied by Atomic. That shot, it's going to be wide. Rolling back slow. EnVy's defense holding up.
And that's really good groundwork there from Atomic. You see that extra pass come out. He's not even worried about a chance for Reynolds to shoot. He knows that there's a higher chance that there's an extra pass coming. He played that perfectly to be able to get clear.
But it's come down to a few. Oh, we see another one saved from Reynolds. Reynolds keeping Spacestation in it as we just passed the halfway point of game 6.
Reynolds not going to miss that one again. First one, Atomic just had pinpoint precision on the shot. And that one, Reynolds coming, taking a perfect angle, double commit, but Atomic coming in to take that shot away from Arsenal.
We've seen a few all-in moments for the EnVy defense where it comes down to the final block, having to come out from the third man. And EnVy's been able to escape so far, but how many times can they do it? Turbo off the wall, missed to Turbo. Turbo lobbing it down. No one from EnVy could follow. Now, you see Mist getting tangled up with Atomic in the corner. Mist missing that ball as well. Atomic will clear it, but he's got one boost left. Turbo will have to do something. He does get the block and the double tap off the ground. That was huge. Typical drove right by. Turbo, the late shot off the bumper, off the boat. Did it save?
What a save put on that ball. Oh my goodness. 1 pixel away from being 2-0 EnVy.
Whoa, good save there from Typical. SSG running out of time here. There's the pass.
Big
High
boom.
ball. Is anyone going to have a read there? Atomic will to buy EnVy some time. SSG have to start from scratch. Now you got to pay attention to who's holding on to possession. Reynolds playing it close to Martin. Doesn't want to give that to EnVy. They can work downfield with this.
And another quality touch from Turbo.
It's open. Oh,
Arsenal, the pass out, the save. Did Atomic get a piece of it? Doesn't matter. Went wide. Clear downfield. EnVy's expecting the pressure. You see them gearing up in their own half, waiting for Space Station to come at them.
Playing prevent defense right now. All 3 members back, just covering up that goal line. Don't want to get caught too far forward. Just off the mark on that one.
A third of a tank for Turbo. And these touches from Turbo in the high pressure situations have been invaluable for EnVy. Final 10 seconds and Space Station is still attacking.
Oh, monster clear.
And it was Turbo with that monster clear. The ball will touch the ground and EnVy force game 7. But Space Station, in those final moments, Daz, I thought they were going to do it, especially after that crazy goal line save.
There were so many opportunities Space Station has to tie it up. You saw the ball go past the goal line and no one was there. We usually see somebody being super aggressive, waiting to see the ball just kind of crease past on the opposite side, but nobody there in time here for SSG. And despite all of that work to set it up and as close as they were, we have another 1-goal game that takes us into a game 7.
Wow.
This series has legitimately been a mirror image of each team. Each team has done the exact same to one another. Absolutely incredible how close-knit the competition is between them. And that save right there by Typical was incredible. But unfortunately, the accuracy wasn't present. They had a few opportunities. Now, granted, very, very tough shots, but ones that we're used to seeing Reddles bang in, and he had 2 of them that just were a hair out.
And this is a map that Turbo is familiar with, Daz.
It is Champions Field, game 7 in the first set between Team EnVy and SSG. And we've seen everything.
And there we saw a kickoff strat. You see a bump on Typical, but it can't be understated how important those defensive touches were by Turbo. There were so many plays where he was the left back, even there, able to get that save. But Turbo, you even think back to that double tap ground hit just to get it by Typical. Relieves so much pressure. And those little touches make all the difference.
It's those Turbo touches. I've talked about them so much this season that it's just the slightest touch that the opponents don't expect that change the trajectory. Atomic a little too wide on that shot, but yeah, Turbo Pulse, what he lacks in mechanical skill, he makes up for with his high Rocket League IQ.
Sometimes you use a scalpel, not a hammer.
This is so big here in this one. He's got 4 minutes left in gameplay. You talk about Turbo Pulse at Champions Field, but even with both of these guys, I mean, Peeps Field, also the name that comes from that as well with, you know, Miss, Reddles.
What a pat. Oh my God.
Reddles here, looking for a read. Atomic will clear it out straight to Miss, and EnVy will try to regroup.
And I can understand that, Daz, but when you got 4 world champions, you've got Turbo Pulse up. His name is copy-pasted 4 times on the banners.
At least it was cheaper for the embroidery,
this is his
right?
field. Yeah. Space Station.
That's dangerous. And I've got a quick question for both of you. While there's a slight lull in action, do you think either team should have called a tactical timeout in between game 6 and 7? Because they both still had one available.
No.
Okay.
No. It's with these guys, this means something to all of them. They want to keep going, and I don't blame them. They are locked in, and that's exactly what you need when you're going to be playing in a game 7 like this, to be locked in as possible.
Jostling for possession. We haven't really seen many runs on net. 2 shots for Space Station, that's it. And we're approaching the halfway point of the final game in this series. They are wrestling each other to the ground.
We've only had 2 shots. Only 2 shots in the first half. They're both from Space Station Gaming. EnVy hasn't put a one on yet. And most of this game has been played just like what we're seeing now, that battle in the midfield for every inch of the ball.
Oh, they're out of position.
It's gonna hard off the ceiling. Missed. In his own corner now. Reynolds going for the boom. He hits it deep. Turbo there to break it up. Couldn't recover in time. Arsenal, you're seeing the boom ball come out right now. Nobody wanting to make that mistake. Turbo, another challenge in the mid. Reynolds right to miss, and you saw the pass opportunity. And what? Turbo, the magician, conjures a goal out of thin air.
I love this. Miss sets up the pass. He sees Typical and plays it perfectly. Turbo Pulsa with the first goal in Game 7.
The 50 game has been all Team EnVy. First it was missed, now it's Turbo and SSG down 1. Not a lot of time to go here in game number 7.
Turbo getting another stop. Turbo is the manifestation of the X Factor. Will he prove to be the difference?
Honestly, you are on point with that. I did not expect that from Turbo. He's putting in another shot there. Reynolds forced to make a save. But when you start seeing him make plays like that, that's got to get into the heads of SSG.
Another challenge.
No! It's gonna go in! EnVy popping off in 7.
The demo and the turn. EnVy, after game 3, 4-0. Space Station's winning. Going into game 4, Space Station getting out to a lead, holding it to what, the final minute? But now things might get interesting. Typical winning the 50 on the goal line. It's not over just yet.
Perfect kickoff here for SSG. They needed an answer, and they got one. With a minute to go, still plenty of time. You got to think SSG has at least 3 chances at an offensive push.
50 goes right back to Reynolds. Reynolds dodging the bump from Atomic. Off the stealing, Turbo controlling it. And you see no panic, but he does get blocked from Arsenal. It's going to go over to Reynolds. Hard corner hit. Atomic there. Sypical up. Down to Reynolds. Reynolds, the slip shot underneath Turbo.
This is beautiful. 3-pass play. Starts with Arsenal. Sypical, the perfect drop to Reynolds. And he plays it low because he knows everyone's looking at that top corner. Expert work for SSG to tie it up.
Oh my goodness. I cannot believe this is all tied up. Game 7 brings the best. And my goodness, SSG still keeping it alive, but a little too much on that pinch.
Here we go. Final 30 seconds. Double tap pass. Turbo with the blocks. Missed, was too close. He'll have to bail out. Sypical to Arsenal. Arsenal up to Reynolds. Reynolds going for the backboard, but missed, denies. Sypical with a run on the ball. Will go for the dribble. Gets bumped off by Turbo. Missed, taking over. Trying to flick by the defenders. Reynolds down. Wants the 50 to hard pinch. Missed.
Bye.
Up in the air. Oh, if that bounced, maybe something would have happened. But Series 1 of Space Station and EnVy coming down to the next goal.
That's fitting. That 50 landed right in the midfield point as well. And as crazy as this has been, I'm not surprised. These two Titans battling, trading blows back and forth.
This is why I love this game. Everything on the line. All it boils down to is one goal. And we could sit here for 20 minutes, or it could happen in 10 seconds just off of an errant clear. But right now, Team EnVy pressing SSG in the orange half.
You can see him. They smell blood in the water, but Arsenal making things difficult. He has a tendency to do that. Backboard pass. Sypical with the demo. Made Turbo jump as well. Turbo with a clear out. Arsenal. For the solo play, and he missed it. Missed. Will boom it up to Turbo. Turbo gets bumped out of the play. Reynolds to the corner. Atomic with the demo. Reynolds slowing it down. The flick. Sypical. Beat by Mist. Hard off the ceiling. Arsenal. The light tap, and you saw the bump come out. Turbo with the catch. The flick. Reynolds off the backboard. It's a rebound chance for Mist. Lower corner denied. Follow-up shot from Atomic is high. It could have ended there. Oh.
That's in. What a save from Arsenal. SSG hanging on by a thread.
How is that not in? They had everything lined up. The shots were just barely off target. And SSG's defense comes through at the clutchest moment. But here's Turbo again. Blocked down. It's typical.
Oh my gosh.
Space Station were able to deny EnVy, but can they get the goal? Hit up to Reynolds. Reynolds interrupted by Turbo, missed on his own back wall. Low boost. Slow play from EnVy out of their own half. The composure there, the 50 now. Kicking it up high, Atomic challenges Sip.
Oh, numbers advantage.
Arsenal on the wing.
Oh, the side flip.
Back flipped.
No, he missed it.
EnVy getting away with one there. You saw the side flip, Daz. It could have been over.
Yeah, there was a chance there. Reynolds hit Arsenal on the side. He looked to try to see if he can hand him a pass, but Arsenal backflip. Sip tried to come up, but now EnVy on the
What a
push.
shot!
Typical up there to block out that shot before Atomic can get a piece of it. They'll get a demo, but man, these drives, it's so tense on the field.
The hunger from EnVy, but the resilience from Space Station. The shot is on target. Reynolds will win it for Space Station. What a thriller in Series 1.
Mitch tries to get a touch out. Reynolds hits the wing, and Typical tries so hard to make sure Atomic doesn't get to that ball. Space Station Gaming in Game 7 off the heroics from Reynolds take the W. And my goodness, that was just the first series.
Oh, and everyone's going to remember the offense from SSG. But let's not forget about that strong defense denying shot after shot that Team EnVy was putting on the ball. And oh my goodness, look at the amount of touches from Reynolds, 81 on the ball. He was determined to get this win for SSG.
This is bringing out the best of North America. These sets, Garrett, he said it, you know, the teams that are making the adjustments are going to come out on top. And we saw so much back and forth this series. The defense from Space Station in this final game, but we even saw some missed opportunities. Atomic, he could have ended it. He had a shot, he put it high and wide. And then also you saw the side flip. Space Station didn't take advantage of that. EnVy, they had most of the possession in that overtime, but Space Station, they were not having it. They refused to lose. Even when you thought the Turbo X Factor was going to be the difference, you got Typical scoring off kickoff, forcing the ball through on the goal line. This was a battle of wills. And Space Station, they willed this win into existence.
You're absolutely right, James. It was just, it all started within the minute 10 mark, where we saw Space Station Gaming come in and make those two incredible plays. Then the overtime came through, and you see why we call this a championship, because you have to play on your game. You slip up, and it may cost you, and it cost the Team EnVy there.
Series 1 coming down to a single overtime goal, but it takes 2 series to make it to the grand finals. Will Space Station be able to push through and take on NRG, or will EnVy force the third and final series? We're going to find out after the break.